All right, so today we're diving deep into NVIDIA. You sent us a mountain of info, earnings calls, reports, all that good stuff, because you want to know why everyone's calling NVIDIA the company to watch in AI.
Yeah.
And I got to say, after combing through all this material, the hype is for real.
Well, what's really striking is how NVIDIA's latest financials just completely blew past all expectations.
Yeah.
We're talking $35.1 billion in revenue just for Q3 2025.
Wow.
That's a 94% year-over-year increase, which is unheard of in this industry.
It's like they strapped a rocket booster to their backs.
Yeah.
So our goal today is to figure out what exactly is fueling this phenomenal growth. We'll break down the tech driving it, see how NVIDIA is positioned within the whole AI landscape, and we'll even try to get a glimpse of what they're cooking up next.
So it's good.
So,
Let's start with their current golden goose, the Hopper architecture.
okay.
This is the engine behind their success right now, and for good reason.
Yeah, I was blown away by the fact that Hopper sales hit double-digit billions in Q3 alone,
It's incredible.
making it the fastest-selling product in NVIDIA's history.
Yeah.
But what is it about Hopper that's so special?
It's all about efficiency and power.
Okay.
Hopper's specifically designed to handle the massive computational demands of AI, especially the training and running of large language models, which are becoming increasingly complex.
Right.
Without the right hardware, AI development would just hit a wall.
So Hopper's like the heavy-duty construction equipment needed to build those complex AI models.
Exactly.
And it seems like everyone's scrambling to get their hands on it.
Absolutely. Major cloud providers like AWS, Azure, and CoreWeave, they're all incorporating Hopper into their infrastructure at a crazy pace.
Yeah.
This tells us that Hopper isn't just a good product, it's become essential for anyone who's serious about AI.
Now, NVIDIA isn't just resting on their laurels. They've already started shipping their next-generation architecture, Blackwell.
Yeah.
What's the scoop on this?
Even before its official launch, the demand for Blackwell is through the roof. What's intriguing about Blackwell is that it's a full-stack solution.
Yeah.
Think of it as an AI infrastructure package that can be customized for different needs and deployment scenarios. It's not one size fits all, which is crucial in a field as diverse and rapidly evolving as this one.
And we can't forget that even OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, are already testing Blackwell.
Right.
That says a lot about its potential impact. What kind of performance leap are we talking about here?
Benchmark tests show Blackwell is 2.2 times faster than Hopper. But speed isn't just about bragging rights.
Right.
It translates into lower costs for running AI applications. This makes AI development more accessible and opens up a world of possibilities, especially for smaller players who may not have had the resources before.
Now, something that really stuck with me was Jensen Huang's description of data centers becoming AI factories.
Yeah.
He even compared them to power plants, saying they'll generate AI just like power plants generate electricity.
That's a brilliant analogy. He's highlighting how AI is becoming an essential utility, like electricity, powering this whole new wave of technological advancement. This shift will impact how we design and utilize computing power on a fundamental level.
So it's not just about the technology itself,
Yeah,
but the sweeping changes it will bring to the entire computing landscape.
exactly. We're seeing this happen in two key ways. First, existing data centers are being modernized to handle AI workloads.
Oh,
Think of it as upgrading your electrical grid to handle a city full of electric vehicles.
right.
Then we're seeing brand new purpose-built AI factories popping up designed from the ground up for AI development.
And Huang estimates a $1 trillion opportunity to modernize existing data centers alone.
It's incredible.
That's a massive market for NVIDIA to tap into, suggesting this growth spurt is far from over.
It's a staggering figure, and it really speaks to the fact that AI isn't a niche technology anymore. It's becoming the backbone of our digital world.
Speaking of seismic shifts, we're also seeing the rise of what are being called AI native companies.
Right.
These are businesses built from the ground up to fully leverage AI's capabilities.
This is similar to how we saw companies adapt to previous waves of innovation. Think about the dot-com boom,
Yeah.
then cloud-first businesses, then mobile-first. Now it's AI's turn.
Right.
These AI natives signal a fundamental shift in how we conceive of and build successful companies in the 21st century.
What are some examples of companies leading this charge?
OpenAI is a great example. Their focus on general AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Then you have companies like Runway revolutionizing digital art creation with AI. There's also Harvey disrupting the legal field with its legal intelligence platform, and Podium transforming marketing with AI-powered insights.
It's fascinating to see how AI is infiltrating and reshaping so many different industries.
This diversity of applications highlights the vast potential of AI. It's not limited to one sector or use case. It's a transformative force that's impacting everything from creative expression to legal processes to business operations. And it's not just about building these standalone applications. We're seeing this really fascinating trend emerge with what's called agentic AI.
Agentic AI, okay.
This is where AI evolves beyond simply processing information, and it starts to act on it,
You got it.
essentially becoming like a co-pilot or even an autonomous agent.
Well, I gotta admit, the idea of AI acting as an independent agent is both exciting and a little unsettling.
Yeah.
What kind of impact could this have on the way we work and live?
It's definitely a paradigm shift. Imagine AI assistants capable of handling complex tasks, from managing your schedule and emails to even drafting legal documents or analyzing financial reports. This could really free up human brain power to focus on those higher-level creative tasks.
So it's not necessarily about AI replacing humans, but augmenting our abilities and allowing us to be more productive.
Right.
But who is leading the charge in developing these agentic AI systems?
Yeah. Well, NVIDIA is working with some really big names. Salesforce, SAP Service now, just to name a few, to create these AI co-pilots and agents. And it's not just tech companies. Even industry giants like Cadence, Cloudera, Cohesity, NetApp, and Nutronics are jumping on board.
That's a pretty diverse group. It seems like agentic AI has the potential to disrupt practically every industry.
Exactly. And Jensen Huang predicts we'll see billions of these agents deployed in the coming years.
Wow.
This is where consulting firms like Accenture and Deloitte come into play.
Okay.
They're acting as this bridge between NVIDIA's technology and the companies that want to implement it.
So they're essentially translating the complex world of AI into practical solutions for businesses.
Precisely. Accenture even launched a dedicated business group with 30,000 professionals trained in NVIDIA's AI technology.
Oh.
This speaks volumes about the growing demand for AI expertise across all sectors.
Now, beyond the corporate world, NVIDIA is also making significant inroads in industrial AI and robotics.
Right.
This is where things start to feel really futuristic.
Yeah.
What's driving this particular area of growth?
It all comes down to breakthroughs in what are called physical AI foundation models. These models are designed to understand the physical world. Things like structure physics, cause and effect. This allows them to interact with and manipulate real-world objects and environments.
So instead of just crunching numbers or generating text, these AI systems can actually grasp how things work in the real world.
Right.
That opens up some incredible possibilities.
Exactly. NVIDIA's Omniverse platform is specifically designed for building, training, and operating these industrial AI and robotics applications. It's like a virtual playground for developers to create AI that can function in the messy, unpredictable real world.
And I read that some manufacturing giants are already using Omniverse.
Yeah.
What's a real-world example of this in action?
Foxconn, the world's largest electronics manufacturer, is using Omniverse to create digital twins of their factories.
Oh, wow.
This allows them to simulate and analyze various scenarios to optimize performance, anticipate problems, and even test new designs, all virtually.
Let me back up a second. Digital twins?
Yeah.
What exactly are those and why are they so important?
Think of a digital twin as a virtual replica of a physical asset, like a factory or even a piece of equipment. It's like having a simulator that lets you experiment and tweak things without any real-world consequences.
So Foxconn can essentially run virtual experiments on their factory operations to find ways to improve efficiency and productivity.
Yeah.
That's pretty ingenious.
And not just efficiency, they're also using digital twins to achieve significant energy savings.
Wow.
In their Mexico facility alone, they project a reduction of over 30% in annual energy consumption, thanks to Omniverse.
So in addition to revolutionizing industries, AI is also playing a key role in sustainability efforts.
Absolutely.
It seems like there's no limit to its potential applications.
That's the beauty of this technology. It's so versatile and adaptable that it's touching virtually every aspect of our lives.
Now, we've talked a lot about the U.S. and global impact of AI, but what about China?
Right.
They're a major player in the tech world, and I'm curious how NVIDIA is navigating that market.
China is a complex landscape, especially given the recent export controls on advanced AI chips.
Right.
However, NVIDIA's data center revenue in China actually saw sequential growth this quarter, driven by shipments of their export-compliant Hopper products.
So despite the restrictions, they're still finding ways to operate and even grow in the Chinese market.
Yes, but it's worth noting that their revenue in China is still significantly lower than it was before the export controls.
Okay.
They're essentially operating within a constrained environment.
So it's a balancing act,
Right.
adhering to regulations while still serving a key market.
Exactly. NVIDIA expects the Chinese market to remain fiercely competitive,
Yeah.
but they seem committed to finding a sustainable path forward.
This actually ties in nicely with another trend. We're seeing sovereign AI initiatives. Can
Yeah.
you explain what that is and why it's significant?
Sovereign AI is all about countries developing their own AI capabilities and infrastructure within their own borders. It's driven by a desire for technological independence, data security, and control over AI development. It's almost like a digital arms race.
So instead of relying on U.S. companies like NVIDIA, these countries want to build their own AI ecosystems from the ground up.
Precisely. And NVIDIA, rather than resisting this trend, is actually embracing it. They're partnering with governments and organizations worldwide to build AI supercomputers and cultivate local talent.
What are some notable examples of these sovereign AI initiatives?
India is a prime example. Leading cloud providers there, like Tata Communications and Yada Data Services, are building massive AI factories powered by tens of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs.
Wow.
By the end of this year, they'll have increased NVIDIA GPU deployments in India by nearly tenfold.
That's a staggering increase.
Yeah.
What's driving this rapid adoption of AI in India?
It's a combination of factors. The Indian government is actively promoting AI development as a key driver of economic growth.
Right.
And major Indian IT companies like Infosys, TCS, and Wipro are embracing NVIDIA's AI platform and investing heavily in training their workforce.
So it's a multi-pronged approach.
Yeah.
Building the infrastructure, cultivating the talent, and fostering a supportive policy environment.
Exactly. India is aiming to become a global AI powerhouse, and they're not shying away from investing the resources to make it happen.
Are there other countries pursuing similar strategies?
Absolutely. Japan is another great example. SoftBank is building Japan's most powerful AI supercomputer using NVIDIA technology. They're also partnering with NVIDIA to transform their telecommunications network into a distributed AI network,
Interesting.
leveraging AI to optimize infrastructure and create a more intelligent system.
This idea of a distributed AI network sounds incredibly advanced. Is this something unique to Japan, or are we seeing similar developments elsewhere?
They're actually launching a similar project in the US with T-Mobile.
Oh, wow.
This concept is gaining traction globally as companies and governments recognize the potential of AI to manage and optimize complex networks.
It's amazing to see how AI is being applied to solve such large-scale infrastructure challenges.
And it's not just SoftBank. Other Japanese tech giants like Fujitsu NEC and NTT are also adopting NVIDIA's AI platform.
What?
And major consulting firms are playing a crucial role in bringing this technology to various industries in Japan.
It seems like Japan is making a concerted effort to position itself as a leader in the AI space.
They definitely are. And they're not alone. Sovereign AI initiatives are popping up all over the world as nations recognize the strategic importance of AI and the need to establish their own expertise and capabilities.
Now, before we move on, I think it's important to take a step back and explain the difference between NVIDIA's compute and networking segments.
Sure.
For our listeners who may not be as familiar with the intricacies of data center infrastructure, this could be helpful.
You're right. It's easy to get lost in all the exciting developments, but understanding the core of NVIDIA's business is crucial. So when we talk about their compute segment, we're primarily talking about their GPUs. These are the workhorses of AI and high-performance computing, handling the massive number crunching needed for everything from training complex AI models to rendering stunning visuals in video games and movies.
So compute is all about raw processing power.
Exactly.
What about networking?
Networking is about connecting those powerful GPUs and ensuring they can communicate with each other efficiently and at lightning speed. It's like building the nervous system of a data center.
Okay.
This segment includes technologies like InfiniBand and Ethernet switches, smart NICs, and Bluefield DPUs.
So it's not enough to have powerful GPUs. You need a high-speed, low-latency network to make sure they can work together seamlessly.
Right. It's like making sure different parts of the brain can communicate effectively.
That's a perfect analogy.
And this is where NVIDIA's acquisition of Mellanox a few years ago becomes so strategic.
Okay.
It allowed them to offer a complete solution for AI and data center infrastructure, from the processing power to the network that connects it all.
It's like they've become a one-stop shop for all your AI infrastructure needs.
Precisely. And that gives them a huge advantage as demand for AI computing continues to skyrocket.
Now, we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on NVIDIA's other businesses like gaming and professional visualization.
Right.
While they may not be the primary focus of this deep dive, they're still significant parts of NVIDIA's portfolio.
Absolutely. In gaming, NVIDIA is known for its GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs,
Oh,
which are incredibly popular among gamers for their ability to deliver high-fidelity graphics and smooth gameplay. They're even incorporating AI into their gaming GPUs now with features like real-time ray tracing and AI-powered upscaling.
so even in gaming, AI is starting to play a significant role.
It is.
What about professional visualization? What kind of applications are we talking about there?
Professional visualization is all about providing powerful GPUs for workstations, used by professionals in fields like design engineering and media and entertainment. Their RTX technology is enabling real-time rendering and simulation, allowing professionals to create and visualize their work in unprecedented detail.
So from creating stunning visual effects in movies to designing complex architectural models, NVIDIA's GPUs are at the heart of it all.
They are. And even in professional visualization, AI is beginning to make its mark, opening up new possibilities for content creation and design workflows.
It seems like AI is truly permeating every facet of NVIDIA's business, driving innovation and growth across the board.
It's a testament to the transformative power of AI and NVIDIA's ability to harness that power and apply it across such a diverse range of industries and applications.
Now, one final question before we wrap up this part of our deep dive. We talk about NVIDIA building data centers,
Yeah,
which seems a bit outside their core focus of building chips and software.
right.
Can you shed some light on why they're doing this?
It's a strategic move that speaks to NVIDIA's evolution. They're no longer just a hardware and software company. They're becoming a full-fledged AI infrastructure provider.
Okay.
Building their own data centers allows them to develop and test their latest technologies in a controlled environment, ensuring they perform optimally before being deployed in customer data centers.
So it's like having a giant state-of-the-art testing ground for their AI innovations.
Exactly. And these data centers are also key to their DGX cloud offerings,
Okay.
which give customers on-demand access to NVIDIA's powerful AI infrastructure without requiring upfront capital investment.
It's almost like they're democratizing access to cutting-edge AI technology,
Yeah.
making it more accessible to a wider range of companies and organizations.
That's a great way to put it. It underscores NVIDIA's commitment to driving AI adoption across various industries and use cases, removing barriers to entry and making AI a more ubiquitous tool for innovation.
We've covered a lot of ground in this segment, from the heart of NVIDIA's data center business to the rise of sovereign AI and the expanding reach of AI into various industries. It's been a fascinating journey so far. It's kind of mind-boggling to think that NVIDIA started as just a graphics card company,
Yeah.
mostly focused on gaming.
Yeah, their evolution has been remarkable. Now they're leading this whole technological revolution, building the very foundation for this AI-powered future we've been hearing about for years.
And they managed to stay ahead of the curve
Yeah.
by constantly adapting and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. I'm particularly impressed by their commitment to a full-stack approach.
That's a key differentiator for them. They're not just providing pieces of the puzzle, they're creating this whole ecosystem, from the chips to the software to the networking infrastructure. It's a comprehensive toolkit that makes it much easier for companies to embrace AI and really unlock its potential.
So they're not just building the engine, they're providing the entire vehicle, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, and that's why they're in such a strong position. They've become the go-to provider for AI infrastructure. Whether you're a tech giant, a startup, or a research institution, they've got you covered.
Right, so let's take a step back here and synthesize what we've learned. What are the key takeaways from our deep dive into NVIDIA?
Well, the first takeaway is undeniable. NVIDIA is riding the AI wave with incredible force. Their revenue growth is off the charts, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
And that growth is driven by several factors. The insatiable demand for AI computing power, their dominance in the GPU market, and their strategic vision of building a complete AI ecosystem.
The second takeaway is more profound. AI is no longer just a technology. It's becoming this fundamental force,
Yeah.
like electricity, reshaping industries, giving birth to new business models, even influencing geopolitical strategies.
And NVIDIA is right at the heart of this transformation,
Yeah.
providing the tools and the infrastructure that's making it all possible.
The third takeaway is perhaps the most exciting. We're still in the very early stages of this AI revolution. The potential of this technology is vast, and we're just beginning to glimpse what's possible.
It really feels like we're standing on the edge of a new era, a world where AI just becomes this integral part of our lives.
And if Jensen Huang is correct, and AI does become as ubiquitous as electricity, then the implications are profound. It begs the question, what will our world look like in 10 years, 20 years? How will AI change the way we work, create, and live?
Those are questions we can't answer with any certainty, but they're definitely worth pondering as we move forward into this uncharted territory.
It's a future filled with both immense possibilities and challenges. And NVIDIA, with its technological prowess and ambitious vision, will undoubtedly be a key player in shaping that future.
This deep dive has really only scratched the surface. There's a whole universe of AI out there to explore. And we're just beginning our journey. We encourage you to keep learning, keep asking questions, and diving deep into the topics that spark your curiosity. Let us know what other deep dives you'd like to take. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of NVIDIA and the world of AI.